Imagine traveling 120,000 kilometers, 4 times the Earth's circumference, without planes, trains or cars. Picture the vast deserts, towering mountains and bustling cities you would encounter along the way. The sheer scale of such a journey is almost unimaginable today, yet one man accomplished this feat over 700 years ago. This is the story of Ibn Battuta, the greatest traveler of all time, a man whose adventures spanned continents and cultures. Born in Tangier, Morocco in 1304, Ibn Battuta set out on his first journey at the age of 21. His travels would take him to the farthest reaches of the known world, from the bustling markets of Cairo to the sacred cities of Mecca and Medina, and beyond to the distant lands of India and China. Who journeyed across 44 modern-day countries in the 14th century. His voyages covered a staggering range of environments and cultures, from the icy steppes of Central Asia to the tropical islands of the Maldives. Along the way, he encountered scholars, kings and common folk, documenting their customs, beliefs and ways of life. Ibn Battuta's travels were not just a physical journey, but a profound exploration of the human experience, bridging the gaps between distant civilizations and leaving a legacy that continues to inspire travelers and historians alike. From Morocco to China, from India to the Maldives, his travels were more extensive than even Marco Polo. But who was Ibn Battuta, and what made his journey legendary? Let's find out. Ibn Battuta was born in 1304 in Tangier, Morocco, a bustling port city that was a melting pot of cultures and ideas. Nestled along the North African coast, Tangier was a gateway between Europe and Africa, and it played a significant role in the Mediterranean trade routes. The city was known for its vibrant markets, where merchants from different parts of the world would gather to trade goods, stories, and knowledge. This diverse environment undoubtedly influenced young Ibn Battuta, sparking his curiosity about the world beyond his hometown. During the reign of the Marinid dynasty, the Marinid dynasty was known for its patronage of the arts and sciences, and Tangier was no exception. The city was adorned with beautiful Marinid architecture, featuring intricate designs and grand structures that showcased the dynasty's wealth and sophistication. Growing up in such an intellectually stimulating environment, Ibn Battuta was exposed to a wealth of knowledge and cultural richness from a young age. Growing up in a family of Islamic scholars, he was destined to become a judge. His family placed a strong emphasis on education and religious studies, and young Ibn Battuta spent his early years immersed in the study of Islamic law and theology. He was a diligent student, and his teachers recognized his potential early on. His family's scholarly background provided him with a solid foundation in the principles of justice and morality, which would later guide him in his travels and writings. But at just 21 years old, he made a life-changing decision to travel to Mecca for Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage. This decision marked the beginning of his extraordinary journey that would take him across the Islamic world and beyond. The Hajj pilgrimage was not just a religious obligation for Ibn Battuta. It was an opportunity to explore new lands, meet diverse peoples, and expand his horizons. He joined a caravan of fellow pilgrims, embarking on a journey that would span over 3 decades and cover more than 75,000 miles. Along the way, he encountered numerous challenges and adventures, but his unwavering faith and insatiable curiosity kept him moving forward. His travels would eventually make him one of the most famous explorers of his time, and his detailed accounts of his journeys provide us with a unique glimpse into the medieval world. But little did he know, his journey wouldn't end in Mecca. Instead, he would spend the next 29 years exploring the world. In 1325, Ibn Battuta set out alone, heading eastward. He joined a caravan for safety, traveling through North Africa, Egypt and Syria before finally reaching Mecca. Reaching Mecca after 16 months, he completed the pilgrimage, but instead of returning home, he felt an irresistible urge to keep exploring. From Mecca, he traveled to Yemen, a land known for its rich history and bustling trade routes. Yemen, with its ancient cities and vibrant markets, was a significant stop for many travelers of the time. Ibn Battuta marveled at the unique architecture and the diverse cultures he encountered. He then crossed into Somalia, a region renowned for its strategic coastal cities and thriving maritime trade. The journey through Somalia was filled with encounters with local merchants and seafarers who shared tales of their voyages across the Indian Ocean. The landscapes he traversed were a mix of arid deserts and lush coastal areas, each offering its own challenges and rewards. After his adventures in Somalia, Ibn Battuta sailed across the Persian Gulf to Iraq and Iran. The Persian Gulf, with its azure waters and bustling ports, was a crucial maritime route for traders and explorers. Upon reaching Iraq, he visited Baghdad, a city that had once been the heart of Islamic learning and culture. Although the city was still recovering from the devastating Mongol invasions, it retained a sense of its former grandeur. The ruins of Baghdad told stories of its glorious past, and Ibn Battuta was deeply moved by the resilience of its people. He then journeyed through the vast landscapes of Iraq and Iran, encountering scholars, poets and philosophers who enriched his understanding of the world. Each city he visited had its own unique charm and history, contributing to the tapestry of his travels. He marveled at the riches of Persia, the vibrant culture of Iraq and the vast deserts of Arabia. Hearing about the wealth of India, he decided to travel east. He crossed Afghanistan and the Hindu Kush Mountains, nearly dying from cold and exhaustion. Upon arriving in Delhi, he was welcomed by the mighty Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who made him a judge. Sensing danger, he accepted an offer to become an ambassador to China. But this journey was anything but easy. On his way to China, his ship was wrecked in a storm off the Indian coast. Stranded, he took refuge in the Maldives, where he became a chief judge and even married several local women. The Maldives were beautiful, but his wanderlust pulled him towards his original destination, China. After another long sea journey, he finally reached China. He visited the bustling ports of Quanzhou and Guangzhou, amazed by the advanced civilization of the Mongols and the grandeur of Chinese cities. Though he admired China, he felt out of place. After 24 years, he finally returned to Mecca, but he still wasn't done traveling. He soon set out again, exploring Spain, Mali and Timbuktu in West Africa. He was one of the few outsiders to witness the legendary wealth of Mali and its golden city, Timbuktu. In 1354, he finally settled in Morocco. Upon the Sultan's request, he dictated his travels into a book called the Rihla, one of the most detailed travel accounts in history. His writings inspired explorers for centuries, offering a glimpse into a world long before modern travel. Without him, much of medieval history would remain unknown. Ibn Battuta's travels teach us one thing: curiosity has no limits. He wasn't just a traveller, he was a historian, diplomat and adventurer who saw the world like no one else before. So, do you think he was the greatest traveller of all time? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more amazing travel stories.